Weekly Outdoor Plus is a new and exciting outdoor show presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point. Starring new owner Gary Hintz. His youngest son, the show pro, Jace Hintz. And the show producer, creator, and host, his oldest son, Seth Hintz. So now sit back and relax and get ready to learn about archery and the world of the outdoors. Turkey hunting this morning. It's pretty cold, and so far all that I've actually seen is a ton of deer. Bet you I've had about 16, 18 deer come through here. Unfortunately no turkeys yet. I heard some not too far down the way here, but I think they must have headed the other way here. Probably got some hens with them, so I'm gonna sit here a little bit longer and then maybe get up and move around a little bit and check some of these other fields. See if I can't spot one and get in position. Just had two deer, a small buck and a fawn, come right up into my decoys here. Bet you they were 10 feet away from me at one time. I'm just sitting out here, with no blind today. It's pretty cool. Definitely worth getting up this morning.
Real Deal G2 seeds. The results speak for themselves.
Just 7 miles east of Stevens Point, Matero's Pub and Pizza. It's worth the drive.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to the yard accuracy with a single reticle. And the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Weekly Outdoor Plus, set in central Wisconsin, is all about archery, hunting, and anything outdoors.
Presented to you by Bucks and Bulls Archery from our new location, 3296 Church Street, Stevens Point.
Spring is here, and summer is right around the corner at Frank's Hardware. Get everything you need right on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point for this spring and summer's projects at Frank's Hardware. Big or small, Dave's Body Shop does it all. If you want professional quality body and repair work, Dave is definitely your guy. All insurance work is welcome.
Hi, I'm Dave from Dave's Body Shop in Stevens Point. The guys down in Allen's got this ambulance and they wanted it fixed. They went to a couple body shops and every body shop wanted an arm and a leg. The guy says, hey, I just want a price I can live with. So I gave him a price they could live with.
So next time you need a job done right, head down to 825 Park Street in Stevens Point to
Dave's Body Shop, a place that you're always welcome.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's lesson segment on Weekly Outdoor Plus. Jace Hintz here with you as always, and we're going to be going over beginning steps basically of how to shoot carp out of a moving boat or a gliding boat or a boat in general, just because it's a lot different style of shooting. A lot of people are going to be transitioning to fingers instead of a release, and there's a lot of different little things that can just basically help you out. Simple little things you can think about that'll help you execute that shot and get the fish you're looking for. So I'm here with Johnny right now, and we're going to go over the most basic beginning of how to take your shot and everything. So the first thing is we got our boat facing this way. We're trolling along, we're looking for our fish. First thing we're going to do is make sure that we're always prepared with our feet. As you can see, he's already standing sideways, which is exactly what we want, so that you're not facing forwards and then you have to turn your body, because again, you're in a boat that's going to be moving and stuff. You don't want to have to move the least amount you can, so you don't move as much when you're shooting as well. So he already has his feet set up. The next thing is going to be his fingertips. He's going to make sure that he's right on the edge of his fingertips the entire time while you're watching and everything, because if the fish comes along and you're not paying attention, you're going to grab it with your whole hand. When you pull back, you're going to shoot, and it's going to shoot way to the right. And obviously you don't want to do that either. So basically what you're going to do, we got our feet set, fingertips, watching for our fish. As soon as it comes, we're going to pull back, and we're going to bend at our waist down so that you don't just drop your arm. Because you drop your arm when you take your shot, you're fighting your bow to hold it down. You're going to miss high and low from just your arm muscles trying to fight your bow up and down. Especially if you have high poundage, it's not going to work very well for you. So you bend at your waist, and then the next thing, he's got his sight on there. The first time we're out, we're basically we're going to shoot here just to make sure we're going to hit it. And we're going to just aim right on with the pin that he has. Put it right in the scope, hope for the best, and then we're going to learn from the first one. So he hits a little higher, a little low. What you can do then is either move your sight, or the simplest thing when you're on a boat is just aim a little higher, a little low. You'll learn depending how far the fish is exactly where you got to aim. So we're going to got our feet all set up, got our fingertips ready to go. Then we're going to pull back. Bends at his waist, nice and easy down. Centers it in the scope there. Slowly squeezes. There you are. Again, when you take your shot, you can notice he kept his front arm still. That's a big thing. A lot of people, when you're using fingers, can anticipate your shot a lot easier. So when they're anticipating their shot, they end up moving, flinching with their front arm. So make sure you just, no matter what, think front arm staying still, rock solid. Shoot it, follow straight into the animal, because then again, you're not going to be twerking it different directions. We're going to go over it one more time. I got Eddie here with me. We're going to take another shot, go over it all, see if we picked up what we were learning. So he's already got his feet set up like he's supposed to, watching for our fish, everything. Got his fingertips right on the tip, right in the first crease there. Good to pull back. Bends at his waist. perfect shot, watch it go through. Again, learn from your first shot. If you miss high or low, obviously you can just move your sight. If you're not using a sight, aim with the tip of your arrow. Exact same way to do it. Simple solution. I mean, you gotta just adjust on the fly there, and unless you can practice in your backyard, don't shoot into a bag target because you won't be pulling them out very easily, or you'll be cutting your bag target. So again, if you guys got any questions, give us a call. Check us out on YouTube or Facebook. Always can watch the reruns, and hopefully see you guys next week.
Get your photos on an upcoming episode during our fan photo segment.
Presented to you by Bucks and Bulls Archery at our new location, 3296 Church Street, Stevens Point.
Simply send us your photos with a brief description to weeklyoutdoorplus@live.com or find us on Facebook. Then watch for yourself in every week's new fan photo segment. Now let's see who sent us their photos this week. Our first picture this week is of a trail cam pic of this nice buck already growing some horns. And here we have one from Gary, who was walking around turkey hunting and found another shed this spring. This next picture we call Good Times at Bucks and Bulls. And here's one from 4-year-old Isabella shooting at Bucks and Bulls Archery. Next we have this cool trail cam pic of a baby fawn just born following her mom. And this next one comes from Erin from Rochelle after her first day shooting some good groups. Here's one from a successful hunter here in Wisconsin after bagging this bird with his Halen X. And our last picture this week comes from Ross with his bird along with Rexton and Addison. Thank you to all of this week's entries in our fan photos segment. Don't miss out on your chance to be part of the show by sending in your photos to weeklyoutdoorplus@live.com or find us on Facebook. Now back to the show.
Okay, what we'll do today, we're going to film this and show people how you can improve in archery from switching like from an index finger to back tension release, how you guys did it, and maybe getting the properly spined arrows for your bow. What else? Shooting with good form.
Yeah, good form. Make sure you have the right rest and sight for your bow and your arrows and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And really important is the spine of the arrow, which is the forgiveness on how it flexes when you shoot it. Mm-hmm. If it's too stiff, it's not good, and if it flexes too much, it's not good. So we got arrows that are spined for your weight and your draw length.
Mm-hmm. And if they're too
definitely
heavy,
improved your shooting.
If your arrows are too heavy, you have to change your sight a lot.
Like if I shoot with
different arrows, if you shoot
if I shoot with
smaller
these,
arrows,
I'll be right on. But when I shoot with these, I'm really high.
Yeah, those because they're much
lighter.
And when you shot with these short, stiff arrows, your group was big. And when you switch to these arrows, because they're spined properly, your group went
These
really
don't
small.
flex as much. These are really stiff.
Look at the difference between these. This is what you'd probably hunt with, and this is what you'd shoot targets with.
Mine, I hunt with something like about this size. I shoot with the thinner one at about that length.
Because this arrow's really stiff, and this one actually flexes.
Yep.
You need a flex in your arrow. That's the forgiveness of the arrow.
Yep.
And when you're hunting, you're shooting at a deer, you're probably a softball size target maybe you'd want to hit. And when you're shooting for tournaments like we do with X-Rings, you shoot a little bit more forgiving arrow that you probably wouldn't hunt with, but then you're shooting at a 1-inch circle instead of trying to shoot a deer, right?
Yep.
It's challenging too, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Say Abby is a really good archer, but some tournaments she kind of lets herself down and she beats herself up when she really don't have to, because you're better than you think you are, and which is good. You want to be better and better, and when you shoot down a little bit, you get kind of disappointed, which is pretty much normal.
Yeah.
And Kacie, when she first started, she had a rough start. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'll tell you like this. She shot bad.
Yeah, I am okay with that.
And now she's great, third in the nation because she switched a little
And
equipment.
the national record.
Yeah, she shot well enough to break the national record. That's unbelievable. and but she changed her equipment a little bit. Back tension release instead of an index finger.
New arrows.
Arrows that were spraying properly. We lengthened your draw a little bit.
A lot of.
Look what it did for you, you know.
It takes a lot to know what you're doing.
When you think you're really good, you can challenge yourself and try to beat your scores and try to get better, you know. You don't always have to shoot against somebody. You can shoot against your own scores too and try to improve yourself.
Always shoot against yourself is one thing you can do, because if you have no one like that is here, like if you come one day and no one's here, shoot against yourself. Why not? Like it doesn't hurt you.
You know,
it
challenges
it's
you.
Yeah.
better to you shoot as best as you can shoot. You have to be confident and believe in yourself to make that happen. But then the other archers, you have to let them try to beat your score.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let yourself try to beat their score. Just set your goal high and let them try to beat it. If they beat it, oh well, you tried your hardest.
Try again next year, next competition.
Probably next weekend. Casey's right, you know, if you go and shoot the best score you can shoot, and then let the other people in your class try to beat you, instead of going out there and trying to beat everybody, then you put so much pressure on yourself and you'll panic and you probably shoot worse.
And if you go out there and beat your score, personal best.
Yeah.
I mean,
how many personal bests have we had in the last few tournaments between all of us group of people, you know?
a lot.
I
Everybody came home from Kentucky with a personal best.
Every time
There's 13 people shooting.
Every time I shot a new record.
And everyone came home with a personal best from Kentucky.
That's crazy.
From our group.
13 people go to nationals and y'all shoot their best score ever. That's pretty
At
cool.
the yardage there.
At that longer yardage and more people and more, it's just huge tournament. There's 600
More
people
pressure.
shoot at one time.
More pressure if you're one of the last ones in that area on the line.
Yeah, that's a weird when you're the last one standing there.
Matero's Pub and Pizza is located on Highway 66 in Polonia, Wisconsin. Come join us. Spring is here and summer is right around the corner at Frank's Hardware. Get everything you need right on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point for this spring and summer's projects at Frank's Hardware. Big or small, Dave's Body Shop does it all. If you want professional quality body and repair work, Dave is definitely your guy. All insurance work is welcome.
Hi, I'm Dave from Dave's Body Shop in Stevens Point. The guys down in Allen's got this ambulance and they wanted it fixed. They went to a couple body shops and every body shop wanted an arm and a leg. The guy says, hey, I just want a price I can live with. So I gave him a price they could live with.
So next time you need a job done right, head down to 825 Park Street in Stevens Point to
Dave's Body Shop, a place that you're always welcome.
Real Deal G2 seeds. The results speak for themselves.
Weekly Outdoor Plus, set in central Wisconsin, is all about archery, hunting, and anything outdoors.
Presented to you by Bucks and Bulls Archery from our new location, 3296 Church Street, Stevens Point.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to the yard accuracy with a single reticle. and the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long-range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Next time you go out, make it memorable at Matero's Pub and Pizza.
So on back tension archery, well, first of all, with the index finger one, you both know that you can get close to the bullseye and punch your trigger, or we call it like a drive-by shooting. When you have the bullseye and your pin is going across it, you shoot, or it's coming like this, you'll shoot and you're moving as you shoot, so your group is big. It's hard to put it on the bullseye, leave it there, and then squeeze the trigger, because it's just hard, you know, with an index finger, because this finger has too much control.
If you take the release and you punch it, it does give a lot of error, because if you take it and then move your hand right away, it can
affect how the arrow goes into the target.
If you hit this trigger hard, you move stuff back here, and that moves the back of your arrow, and then your sight is useless because you're moving this.
Like most people, when they do that, they have these releases and they're shooting, but they're wiggling their release, or they take their hand away too fast, and they're shooting all over the place, and they keep moving their sight, and then they get very annoyed or mad because they can't get their group straight. But it's also they're not using their release properly.
Right, and if you take it and you have it around your wrist and you set your finger on it and you pull lightly, just add more pressure, just like a back tension release, kind of. Just add more pressure with your finger. It'll shoot kind of like itself. Not necessarily like itself, but it'll shoot with less pressure.
Yeah. You can kind of shoot that with back tension too.
Because if you pull your wrist.
Pull your wrist through that strap and just pull real slow. But what I taught you guys with your back tension release is what muscle shoots your bow?
Back here.
Your back.
By
This
your
back
shoulder.
muscle, this shoulder blade is like a big dumb muscle, and it moves real. You can't flinch with it, you know. It just rolls real slow until your bow shoots. And what do I always tell you?
Let the bow shoot itself, and if you let the bow shoot itself, it can shoot great.
Flawless.
Yep. You got it. You guys say everything I say. The bow,
Well, you say it all the time.
the bow is flawless if you let it shoot itself. And with back tension release,
Put
it's a
it-
surprise release,
Don't
and the
know when
arrow's
it's coming.
gone out of the bow before you can mess it up.
And if you put it in this machine thing and it pulls it back for you and it has an arrow in it, it'll go dead center every time.
Yep.
Because
Because the bow is like a
The bow-
machine, kind of.
Yeah.
If they put it in the machine and it's not dead center, then it's something with the sight or the machine's broken.
Yep. But we have it's called a hooter shooter machine, and we put bows in there, and it'll shoot the arrow in the same hole every time. So the only thing that makes you miss is the human error.
is ourself.
Yeah. So
And
with
that's why
back tension release, we take the human error out of the bow.
That's also why you have to work a lot harder to get it to do what you want, because it's all you doing it.
Like you were saying earlier, if with your bow, if we took Gary out of it, it would shoot phenomenal. If we had Abby's bow, if we took Abby out of it, it would shoot
That's
phenomenal.
why I say take Abby out of your bow and it shoots good. You're the one that messes it up, right?
Yes.
So, but if you have really good form and you believe in your form, just like you guys do in tournaments, you guys shoot so well in tournaments because you believe in your form.
We shoot terrible in practice, and I don't know why.
It's because you're not serious enough.
It's not serious.
I mean, it's okay to shoot terrible once in a while and have fun and goof around, but when it comes to scoring in tournaments or leagues, then you just kind of buckle down and shoot better, you know?
Don't talk.
Yeah.
We have issues with talking.
This is basically what a bad shot looks like.
That was bad.
Okay, so there's two ways to shoot archery, and one's called the wrong way, and the other one's called Gary's way, because he teaches us how to do everything, and it always works out right. So, and this is my back tension release, and I'm gonna use it. So, you load your arrow, and you have a little pouch to keep your release in, because otherwise you can't really load your arrow. So you put your arrow in, and then you hook your release on and make sure it's like locked in, because if it's like this, then it doesn't really work. So you have to make sure it's locked. And so you hook it on, and then you put your safety on, or do your click, or don't do your click before you pull back, and then you pull back and you set your anchor point and you let your safety off and you pull it with your shoulder.
So what makes your bow shoot? Which muscle?
Your shoulder, this big dumb muscle, and it just rolls around and it just rolls in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then it it doesn't really do anything because you can't flinch with it. Like you can't like
it's too slow.
move it. Yeah.
It's too
And
slow
so
of a
it just
muscle to
rolls
flinch.
around, and you just keep pulling and adding weight to each finger. That like you just add weight to all of your fingers that are on the release, and it should just shoot. Okay, so when I started shooting back tension release, it was like a surprise release, and it would scare me. Like every time it released, it would like scare me because I didn't know when it was gonna release. But I kind of got used to that, and when I started shooting it, it took the Abby out of my bow, so it lets the bow shoot itself. So.
Very good. Even your follow through looks better with that release.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Versus
Yeah, because like when you shoot the trigger release, you know when you're gonna shoot. So you can't really mess up with this release that I have because you don't know when it's gonna shoot, and the arrow's already out of your bow before you can mess it up. Like.
do it.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Weekly Outdoor Plus presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Don't forget to check us out online at facebook.com/weeklyoutdoorplus. See you next week.